Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. Chicago in the building. Femdot in the building. What's up, bro? Welcome to the show.
What's going on, man? Thank you for having me, my G.
Man, you are extremely busy. Extremely busy right now. Tour with Saba going on.
Yeah.
A few one-off shows that you're doing on the side.
Yes, sir.
The fun story behind, well, it's not really a fun story, but like the story behind this interview was that you were actually supposed to come here back in October.
Right.
And then I ain't hear from you for a couple months, and then I was like, damn, whatever happened to Femdot? Yeah. And then I get a hit up a few weeks ago, and we're like, oh, we back.
Yeah, we back.
But you had gotten sick for a little while, so I'm happy to see that you're doing well, and you know.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
So what was the situation? So you were just like, you had like some things going on? Because I know you were sick for like a second too.
Yeah, so it's like, it was crazy. So I was coming so we shot a video in LA. From LA, went to Houston. From Houston, came to New York. I'm in New York to do this listening party for Not For Sale, right? So we do the listening party, it's going well. But by the time I got to New York, my body was beating my ass. I was going through it. I'm damn. So I'm like, all right, I got to fly out immediately, like after the listening party, because I'm just like feeling, I could barely walk, all types of shit. I was just feeling terrible. So then I get back home, and I'm on antibiotics for the next like, on and off for the next like month.
It's crazy.
Like for like 2-3 days, I was like only in the bed. But mind you, we in the middle of the album rollout, so I like whatever strength I got is going towards like whatever little stuff I got to do for the project.
Like a Zoom call maybe, or like an edit, you know, or some shit like that. Yeah,
stuff like that. And after that, I'm going right back to sleep or going right back to being chill. Yeah, so it was like that for like on and off for like a month and a half, 2 months. By like a month and a half, I was able to move around and like start doing stuff again. But people ain't really see me. Yeah, not for real.
Did you get to like the bottom of like what was going on? Or?
Really, my body was just like not used to me moving around like that no more. So I felt like it was just reacting. Like I wouldn't, like usually I like when I travel or do stuff, like I'll be a little more prepared. Like I feel like I wasn't really moving. My body was just like, yeah, gang, you doing too much.
You gotta
like,
chill.
You gotta chill.
You gotta chill.
So I just had to chill. Yeah.
I felt like, you know, because I told you a little bit of my story in December when I had like the flu and I had COVID at the same time.
Yeah.
And I personally felt like that was my like, I mean, obviously I got sick from outside sources, but I feel like that was also kind of like my body telling me to like, yo, bro, you gotta like relax. It's December, bro. You ain't gotta go this hard in December anymore. You know what I'm saying? I was in the middle of like a lot of different things were going on with my on-air gig and like on the show, and we were doing obviously we shoot like 7 to 8 interviews a week sometimes.
I'm sure,
so like you know what I'm saying? So I think that was also in that respect that I relate to your story was that my body was also like, yo, bro, I think you need to like just chill. Don't
chill
move.
out.
Like stay home. Do that shit.
Yeah, and I was glad because I feel like it was like foreshadowing. It was like, all right, you need to chill out now, get this out the way now, because it's about to get really busy for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you healthy, so let's get this out the way now. You feel me? So now I'm good though.
Safe to say the album rollout went well.
It was cool. It went well, man.
Did you have to do like Zoom interviews while you were sick too, or?
Yeah, we was doing Zoom interviews. I mean, but thing is, no one knew I was sick. I wasn't like broad. You know what I'm saying? No one knew I wasn't feeling well. You feel me? Like I'm a thug it through. So, I mean, I was doing Zoom interviews, all types of shit, like calls, all types of shit, like hella just interviews.
Word. Well, congratulations on the project being out.
Thank you, man.
I was excited to talk about it when you came here before, but it's cool that that we get to talk about it now. It's interesting because like, so the project, because like I'm not too familiar with like so in the name of the project, you also included the people who are on the project with you, right?
Yeah.
Because like, okay, so say these names to me because I want to make sure I don't want to butcher them.
So we got The Mind on the project.
The Mind, that one, yeah.
Right, we have Alex Bannon on the project.
Right.
We have Goose. His name's Goose.
Okay.
Yeah, Goose
that was the one I was afraid I was gonna
yeah.
say it wrong. So shout out to Goose.
Shout out to Goose. He's super hard. He's from Florida. He like a producer and like a vocalist, and he take photos. He do just a bunch of shit. And then I feel like I'm missing somebody. Am I missing somebody else?
Those are the three that you had like
listed. Yeah. So when we submitted, you feel me? Like I just had them featured, and it just showed up on the thing. And I'm like, I'm not gonna take it down. I keep it. I fuck with them. Like we'll leave it like that.
So it was like it wasn't like a mistake that they were there, but it was kind of like they weren't supposed to be in the title, but like you weren't mad at it.
I'm
so
not
you just
mad
left
at it. Yeah. So we just left it. Yeah.
Okay.
Cause they like it's all the homies. So I'm like, we can leave it. It's cool. You know.
Right. Because when I saw that, I was like, I wonder if this was like the first glance you look at it, you're like, is this like a collab project or something like that? But then when you actually obviously listen to it and you like look at the track list, it's not a collab project. They're just all on the project, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So I thought that was interesting when I peeped it because I was like, did he mean to do this like this? But
yeah, no, I didn't honestly. But when it was up there, I'm like, if that get him more light, like why not? You know, like it's not finna kill me to, and it's already there. It's gonna be even more of a process for me to take down and redo all this stuff. So
right,
like,
yeah.
You know,
Be
just let
a
it cook.
bit more of a headache for you to just redo
Exactly,
everything.
rather than just let it cook. So,
Right. And so, okay, so, right, I've had a bunch of Chicago artists here as of lately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love the Chicago scene. And from what my understanding is that apparently everybody knows you, right? Because I got your little bio and whatnot. I was
Yeah.
reading. It's like you've been moving around for a while, like
Yeah,
concerts,
yeah.
showcases, this and that since you were very young. So
Yeah, for sure.
you've been running around the Chicago rap scene for a minute.
Oh yeah, I mean, I started pretty tapping in when I was like 15 for real. So like, you do these same circuits, you see a lot of the same people. Granted, like, there are like a couple different avenues from Chicago. Obviously, you got like people who are more drill heavy, right, and then people who like kind of just go a different route, right? Like, we all talk about the same shit, it's just from different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? So. But in general, like when you do the market, you do the scene, everybody know each other, even outside of music, like through, you know, basketball or like growing up, high school, like you run into the same people. So when you start performing and doing stuff and just being outside, you start seeing the same motherfuckers like all the time type shit.
Right. So are you close with like other artists in like the Chicago rap scene like that?
Yeah, I mean, like I'm real close with like Saba, like me,
Obviously,
like
yeah.
like,
Obviously, we gonna talk about that.
Like,
yeah.
That's the homie. Like, I mean, this is a lot of artists like in Chicago that I just get along with, like, you know, like, or that I've known for years or have seen in passing and stuff like that. So, obviously, that's the first one I think of because I'm finna be with this nigga for months. But,
Literally for months.
You know what I mean? But like, it's like a lot of us, like, we all know each other, like, for the most part, you know.
Yeah.
And if not, then like we one person away, or like we have the same friends or something.
There's
like
not
that.
too many degrees of separation between
Hell
you,
no.
essentially.
Hell no.
Yeah, because I have a lot of conversation about like, and you know, right now like the what is said about New York is like New York is kind of like a melting pot of different sounds. Obviously, like the drill sound is the biggest sound right now.
Right.
And I feel like that obviously that's the same for Chicago because you know what I'm saying, because your music isn't drill music, but like obviously drill is a very prevalent sound. You know, you got like people like Dirk, etc., who are doing it. But there's also like that melting potness of like other artists and like other types of sounds and like you know what I'm saying. I'm like, but it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool that, like, once I divulged more into, like, the Chicago music scene and, like, I got, you know, put on to people like yourself and Saba and whatnot, it's like, okay, like, I like all the different sounds I'm hearing because it's like New York. It's very, like, different.
Yeah, it's a lot of, I mean, you got to think it's like, you got a Saba, Mick Jenkins, No Name, obviously Chance. You also got, like, Toby Lou, Rocky Fresh, Queen Key, Dreezy, Tink, you know, Lil Durk. Obviously, like, you know, Keith, and like you got different sounds, right? Like everyone I name rap different. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone I name sound completely different from each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that shit raw.
Facts. Gotta give a big shout out to Rocky Fresh.
Yeah.
I've always been such a big fan of Rocky Fresh.
No, that's dope. Rocky, one of the big homies. He one of the first people I seen to like kind of like really start popping. Like, so I always make sure I get Rocky his flowers anytime I can, because like I think it's very, people don't really understand the impact that him just even being signed to MMG that early, like what that did for Chicago. So
I think I saw him open up for I think it was G-Eazy.
That would make sense.
It was that tour. I think it was like G-Eazy, Tory Lanez, Kyle.
That's crazy.
Rocky Fresh and somebody else.
It's also crazy too. One crazy thing about Rocky, which I think is super, and he got the most random relationships I ever seen. Like, and it was a testament to the type of guy he is. Like, he cool as hell, so people just, you know, befriend him. Like he be having the most random I be saying, like, why you with Ed Sheeran? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it be
how did you? Why you friends with Ed Sheeran?
Sam ended, like, it be super random.
Yeah.
But it's like a testament to like just, oh, you just a cool dude, so people just stay cool with your ass, you know. So shout out Rocky.
I love Rocky. I had Rocky on the show during the pandemic, not in person.
Yeah.
But I did a Zoom with him. I did him and Casey Veggies like the same week.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah. So it was like it was kind of weird. It was like it was like part of like an amalgamation of my childhood.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Kind of coming together.
That whole little era. Yeah.
And I know it was cool because we were kind of talking about like that era of music, like that. Like, I don't even, what year would that be? Like 2010?
Yeah,
2010, 2011-ish?
Yeah, it's like 2009 and like 2012-ish, 2013, you know. Like, I think that's such a special era. Like, you say like that's like you see the beginning of Freddie Gibbs. You get like Dom Kennedy, you got Casey Veggies, you got Chip the Ripper, you got Pac Div, you got who am I missing? There's hella people. Like
in New York, you had ASAP Mob and Pro Era.
ASAP Mob and Pro Era, Flatbush Zombies.
Flatbush Zombies, yep.
You start getting you just like, it's just everybody kind of just popping up, because it's like the blog era, but also like the blog has been happening, so like you start seeing people really pop, you know what I mean? Like, it started touring, or like the beginning of SoundCloud, like all this other shit. This shit crazy. Like, people still popping on that piff, shit like that. Like, yeah, I even remember like dude from Toronto, like Raz Fresco, and like yeah, you just Mac Miller, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what
rest
the
in peace,
fuck?
the greatest,
Rest in peace,
man.
you know what I'm saying? Mac Miller, Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
That's the beginning of Wiz, Big Sean, Nipsey, Currency. Like, Currency had his resurgence.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's a crazy
Currency
era.
has mad different resurgences.
Currency
I love
has
it.
like 8 eras, bro. That shit
Yeah.
tough. So yeah, that was an era, man. I remember just Lil B, you know what I'm saying? We was playing. They was definitely playing all them mixtapes. Like, that was just an era, you know what I'm saying? A time. It you just wanted to just find whatever new music you could.
With you mentioned something about Pac Div before the interview. Something about maybe possibly working.
I would love to work with Pac Div. I feel like I know we've been following each other on like IG, and I just hit him well, obviously it's not him, it's them, right? But like, I hit the IG and we were just I'm like, yo, like, and I just get them their flowers. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate what y'all, like, I grew up listening to y'all. Like, I appreciate what y'all did, you feel me? So like, let's just stay in tune, you know what I'm saying? Just stay in tune. Like, I would love to work with Pac Div.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. But yeah, no, I love like the thoughts about like the Chicago scene as a whole, because like, you know, even when you say all those artists, like, I'm like, damn, I forgot Dreezy, and like, you know what I'm saying?
You forget about Tink, you forget about Dreezy, you forget about like a lot of these people, like, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, nah, we got flavors. Like, it's definitely a variation of us, for real. Like,
how would you describe like your sound in like that coming out that scene then?
I think I just play a storytelling role. I think I just fit into that role of like everybody tells their stories in their own way, but like mine is very much rooted in like narrative, painting these pictures, you know what I'm saying, from every side type shit.
What did you what was like, if you're, you know, being like the narrator, being like the storyteller, what was like the story that you really wanted to tell with this project that
I think with the new project, it was really just showing that you can't put a price on the experience, you know? So it's like, okay, I am what I am because this is what I've been through, right? And because, like, you know, ups and downs, like, I talk about relationships with God, relationships in general, you know what I mean? And like finding confidence in that process. So like, and then hopefully like that shows like, okay, this is, you know, I'm not the only one going through this. People can take elements of it, you know what I mean? And apply it. And because I made the project in Chicago, I'm talking about Chicago, so it's like, we're still reflective of what is going on at the crib.
I like that. Nah, and even like compared to like the last project, like this is obviously a departure from that, but it's a good departure. You know what I'm saying? It's like you hear and you hear the growth and like your ability to tell stories even better this time around.
Yeah.
And like, did the last project, you didn't make that entirely Chicago, did you? Because you're talking about this one about being entirely Chicago.
So that's the thing. Like, most of my body, but I was just in a whole different space in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in a whole different place. But most of that was made in Chicago too. Pretty much all of that was made in Chicago too. But I was looking at Chicago in a different way. You know what I mean? Like,
how so?
It was a different vantage point. Like, with the Camry Music Project, I was looking at like what moments of like freedom and like growth that I had. Where did I feel that the most? And it was attached to my car, which I only drove in Chicago. You know what I mean? Versus
literally Camry music.
Right. You know what I mean? Literally
Camry music.
It's a theme song to, this is just theme songs to and things to describe how I was moving in my Camry, right? But then with Not For Sale, it's like, all right, like, so now that I understand like these moments that made me me and stuff like that, like let's dig deeper, let's peel back some layers into me as a person, right? And see what that is. But like, even sonically, I wanted to feel like how I feel Chicago felt for me. You know, so yeah. So it was finding a way to be like not too heavy, be more concise, but also like, you know what I'm saying, get the point across. Like, that's why it's not that long. I'm trying to get in and get out, you know.
Yeah, I like to get, honestly, like, you know, I like a long project, but I always said that, and I've said this for years, that there's something underappreciated about like the Kanye West era where he did like the seven songs, albums.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at like, okay, Pusha T's album for
Daytona
instance,
was flawless.
Daytona, flawless. One of my favorite hip hop albums of the decade,
album.
Right? And it's just like it's the most replayable for me out of all of them.
Absolutely, yeah, I'll give you that too.
But like those short like projects, I don't know. There's even like I really love Tiana Taylor's too.
I was gonna say Tiana's is tough.
Tiana's is tough. I'm not like the biggest Kid See Ghost fan.
Yeah, I like the song Reborn. That's the one I only really play off that, to be honest.
I like a couple songs on that, but I feel like when you do projects that are that long and you kind of get in, get out. I guess up the replayability on it, because sometimes I feel like even with like a regular full length project, like sometimes I need to take a break.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it is. Like I don't, not that I'm like getting bored with someone's music, but like I need to like take a minute to step back and re-listen to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and that's what anybody's project. Like I listened to Dirk's project, and it took me like a couple listens to find like other songs at the bottom of the project. I was like, oh, I really like that joint. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just think maybe it's just because we live in that age where the attention span is like kind of low. So
I think
sometimes
you gotta just keep so much variation in your sounds to keep people interested. If you're gonna do a project more than 10 songs, like you gotta keep so much variation in your sounds, like, and keep things to keep people interested. You really, because our first listen, people gotta just not assume what's next.
Right.
Because if they are like, oh man, I'm gonna come back to this, you know. But they gotta be like, damn, I don't really know what the next song finna sound like.
Right. And so, with this tour with Saba, right?
Yeah.
How did this come about? First of all, how did the two of y'all first meet? And then how did we kind of get to the point where we're on tour together now?
I think I met Saba when I was like 15.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I met Saba.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, so we all grew up in the same like open mic scenes and shit like that when we were shorties. So I met all at Pivot when I was like 15. And we all like just stayed cool and cordial and stuff, but we obviously got much more closer over the years. And I mean, yeah, like that just became the homies type shit. Like we always linked together on some non-music shit, like just kicking it. And then also like writing together and stuff like that, like just trying to sharpen each other's pen and, you know, like us, not even just him, like everybody, like the whole Pivot gang. But the tour happened really like shit, a couple weeks ago. They hit us like, hey, you trying to
go on the tour?
Like literally, like they hit us like, damn, you should
pull
just
the tour dates.
You should just come on the dates with us. And we like, all right, let's find a way to figure it out. Like this the best case scenario. Like I'm going on tour with my friends. Like let's do that, you know?
This is fire. So it starts in April, right? How many cities is it?
25, 26
cities?
Like that, yeah.
And you guys are doing a show in Brooklyn on April 25th.
Yeah, we have Brooklyn Steel.
I love Brooklyn Steel.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good show.
And them tickets is low, so apparently they almost out. So, you know.
So you gotta have a sold out show on your hands.
I'm trying to be in my bag for sure.
That's fire. So, okay, and then it ends in May. Oh, so you really on the road for a minute.
Yeah, for a little minute for sure.
Are you excited? How are you feeling right now?
I feel good, man. I'm super like grateful just to be back on the road, especially like, you know, the last 2 years been so crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling, like, if you'd have told me March 2020 I'd be back on the road, so I would say, I don't know what the fuck I don't know what I'm finna be doing. You know, so I just feel grateful to be back, and I'm like, cool, like there's more new fans to get. Like, let's get to work. Like, I'm excited. Like, let's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I pride myself on my performance, so I'm like, let's prove it. You feel me? So.
Fire. And you just did this one-off SOB show the other day.
Yeah.
That's dope. Congratulations. You know, SOBs, I feel like is like what's the word I'm looking for? SOBs is kind of like a rite of passage. Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Rob on the cameras.
For sure.
But yeah, I feel like SOBs is definitely like a rite of passage for most artists to go through.
Yeah, for sure. I think like everybody who come through New York at some point do SOBs.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like you damn near have to. So
legendary venue.
Yeah, for sure.
Legendary venue.
It sounded good in there too. It was dope. I appreciated it.
And I wrote this down. So you also been giving back to your community. So the scholarship, I want to make sure I say it right. Della Cream Scholars Program.
Yeah.
So you created that in 2018.
Yep.
So what is this program?
So it's a nonprofit now. It started, I graduated school in 2018 too, so, and I was like, damn, it would be crazy if we give some scholarships back to my alma mater. So we started with just, we had like a headline show, and I took some proceeds and gave it to like 2 students that went to my alma mater at DePaul in Chicago.
Okay.
And then we kept growing that over the last 4 years. Now we do like 10 students. We do like a couple students from the city, or they got to be either born in the area or they go to school in Chicago. And then we also have like toy and coat drives that I like partner up with like other like local rappers to do. That we just do like in the hood. We just give out toys and coats, and then we did grocery delivery initiatives all through COVID, where we had like families submit grocery lists, and we'll go shop for them and personally hand off and drop off their food for them. So we did that all through COVID, and we did it last year too. So we did like 500 families, like crazy type shit. So yeah, but now it's a full nonprofit. We do like just trying to build and do work at home, like, you know,
That's fire. You said DePaul, right?
Yeah.
I went to St. John's. I think we're rival schools.
Yeah. You're in the Big East for sure. Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
Right there we go. I mean, I don't have that much school spirit, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I get it. You know what I mean?
I wear my St. John's starter jacket from like the '80s, and that's it. That's the extent of my school spirit.
I need some. I honestly don't have that much DePaul gear. I probably should get some more. Well, I'm gonna wait. They gonna once they give me some bread. I got loans to pay back. Once that's done, I'll wear some.
Yeah, once you like feel good about it, like once you're like, oh, I had a great time and my loans paid off. I don't gotta worry.
Once my loans paid off, I'll wear all the paraphernalia they need me to. But until then, let's go into
so
I got other stuff to pay for.
That's a fact. We got work to do.
You know what I mean?
Also, I know it's like it's random, and but you're related to like Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah.
What is that? Yeah, I remembered. I remember.
Oh, shit, yeah.
How are you related? How is that?
So his dad and my dad's dad are like cousins. It's like really
your pops.
My pops.
Okay.
So pretty much my grandfather and his like grandfather are like related or some shit. Like
so what does that make you?
So I'm technically like his second cousin. Right. It's like really it's a whole thing. So and I didn't find out until I got older. And then like my sister went to U of H where he went too and shit. So like my dad know his like whole family. Like
that's crazy.
Like, I met him once and he tall as hell. He really 7 feet. That's just so crazy. Like he really a giant. That's so crazy. So I met him once in Houston. My sister met him a couple times. But my dad like if somebody passed in the family, like my dad would be there type shit. So like my dad know him. You know what I'm saying? And my dad know his like, cause my dad's older than him, so my dad like know his like, older siblings and like know like his dad and shit like that.
That's crazy. The more you know.
Yeah, fun facts, right?
Mutombo's kids went to St. John's, so I saw him once. I saw him once on campus, and I was like, God.
I met Dikembe Mutombo like 2 years ago. G, he is also very tall.
Very fucking. I like walked past him on like our strip, and I was like. God damn,
I'm like right here. I'm standing next to him. I'm by his. Bro, this crazy. You too damn tall. I'm average height. Like you too tall. Like what's going on? Like so yeah, but he was cool too. So.
How did you and also obviously we got Lyrical Lemonade in the building. Shout out Elliot, he in the building. Appreciate you for coming, bro.
My boy.
I know you and Cole went to college together, right? At DePaul, right?
Yeah.
So like that's when y'all two first met?
I met Cole in public speaking class. Yep. I walked in the class. Yeah, we was taking a public speaking class, which is ironic because I'm a rapper and he Cole, right? Like But I walked in because at this time like I'm starting to make a little traction in the city, but I'm still like, we really, really grinding for real. And Lyrical is super small. Like they just started maybe a year or so, maybe a year, maybe about a year and a half. This like end of 2014, 2015. Okay. So they fresh, and they still starting. He's still doing run and gun videos for any and whoever he can. They just did showcases. They still trying to convince people to fuck with Lyrical. Right. But like it's enough that like we walk into the room and I'm like, hey, you Cole, right? He like, you film, right? I'm like, yeah. He like, oh, nice to meet you. And like from that point, we was locked. Like next day, like, we put up to the crib. Like we was like kicking at his house, talking shit and shit, everything. Like I met like all the Lyrical guys and shit that day, and we've been locked in ever since. Like,
that's crazy.
And we've been locked in with all of them, and it's been my homies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so, it's been cool to watch the growth, like, and so like to see it from the inside, and be like, damn, like y'all really grinding out to get to this point. And Cole just such a good dude. He's such a genuine dude. Like that's hard to find for real.
That's fire. 2014 you said when they started?
Yeah, like
2014 when Lyrical started?
2013. So we met in 20.
Gotcha.
We met like end of 2014 because that's when I came home.
Yeah, that just goes to show how long it really takes to build something that lasts.
Yeah. People be thinking everything just be happening overnight or happening when you realize it.
Yeah.
Versus like when the actually shit started.
Yeah.
For real.
I be thinking about that a lot because I remember when I first started this and I would get frustrated about shit like that, and then I'd be like, I was just like, I'll just keep going.
And it's crazy because like a year or two from now, people gonna be like, damn, this. They gonna looking at this platform and how big it is, and they only gonna know it from that point. They're not gonna know what you was.
People
doing.
don't know I've had Caliucci's on this show. Like nobody knows that I've interviewed Caliucci's, and it bothers me. It literally irks me to my core that
That's
nobody knows
tough.
that I've done Cal.
You know what I'm saying? And it's shit
had her
like
on.
that. It's like, but then somebody gonna find that 3 years from now and realize
Somebody's
like,
gonna appreciate it, yeah.
You've been doing this for
Yeah.
hella, you know, and that shit raw. I'll be loving to see that shit.
Yeah, I think people like to really just like you said, like people give up too quickly.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't get like whether you're an artist, you know what I'm saying, you're a podcaster, you're a videographer like Cole, like people are very quickly to see like a Lil Durk, or in my case like a Breakfast Club, or in Cole's case, I'm trying to think of like a big video platform, but there aren't too many like Lyrical Lemonade out there. But you get the point that I'm trying to get at, and you'll be like, oh shit, Durk has 300 million views on a video, or oh shit, Breakfast Club just hit a 24 million view video, or in Cole's case, oh shit, like this person secured Lil Wayne for a video, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to like see that shit and to get frustrated, but like, you know, when you kind of like, and that's kind of like cool that you telling me this, because I didn't really know all that about or how Lyrical started that long ago.
Yeah.
So like it's cool to know that. I think more people need to know that, because I think that when you talk about like those types of situations, even from an artist perspective or from videographer perspective, like it's important, because a lot of people who are out there who are trying to do the same things as y'all need to hear shit like that. Like shit don't happen overnight.
Overnight, you gotta, and I think instead of comparing shit to like other people, just compare it to where you was at on this day last year. Like,
right,
I'll be looking at like
stats and shit. Yeah.
You know, not even, or even just like mentally, where the fuck I was at. Like, you know what I mean? Like, am I in a different position? And is that because of what I've been doing? Then just keep going at that point.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You could have had 50 views this time last year, and I had a video that had 100 views. You done doubled your shit. You feel me?
That's still something to be proud of.
Exactly.
Yeah. I forgot who I was having. I think it was like a local artist that I had this conversation with, and he was just my guy, TTS Tana. Shout out TTS Tana, young drill rapper from the Bronx. Is my guy. He was talking about like how like he was on and off with the music, and then there was like one point last year where he was like, you know, he prayed to God, and he was like, look, this year I'm gonna do it. This year I'm gonna be consistent, and he's been consistent ever since. 30,000 views each video.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? And he's been killing it. But like shit like that, you know what I'm saying? It's about consistency, about staying in front of people's faces, and just kind of allowing yourself to like build over time, you know?
It's a brick by brick thing. It should take time, man. It's not like, you know, if you get it too fast sometimes, that's how you lose. You know, they say how you get it is how you lose it type shit. So it's like, you got to set the foundation somehow.
Facts. So what do we have coming up? So we got the tour with Saba that starts in April. By the time you see this, it's probably April. So he's on tour right now.
Facts.
We got the project out now. What else do the people have to be on the lookout for from you this year?
Man, we got some more. You know, obviously the tour, and then we got some more music. We dropping more music this year, dope. So we make sure to at least give people something to rock with. So let's keep more music coming. And then obviously try to do more and more shows. Try to get some festivals and shit popping. And yeah, just trying to stay in people's face, man. We trying to make something shake this year. So
man, well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to continue to shake the room. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to the new music. Congratulations again on the tour with Saba.
Thank you.
Let the people know where they can follow you at. Anything else you want to let your fans know? Anything like that? This camera right here, that's all you.
For sure, yes. Femdot. You can follow me at femdot.com. Same on all platforms. You feel me? Go ahead and tap in. Not For Sale is out right now, and I'll rap better than most people you know. Yay.
Yo, Chicago in the building, Femdot in the building. Oh, the freestyle's probably out now by the time y'all watching this, so go run that shit up. And make sure you go run up his project, out now.
Yes, both things.
Not For Sale, out now. Till next time, Femdot on the radar, my brother.
Yes, sir, my dog.
Love, appreciate you.
Appreciate you,
Dope.
man.